Good day, followers. A quick disclaimer: I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a prophet, I'm not a pastor, I'm not a teacher, I'm not a comedian. I'm just a concerned citizen trying to offer an advice to someone out there. Yeah, the topic of today is why do all my friends bathanda ukufloga la South Africa eMzansi, all my friends bathanda ukuza la South Africa, the foreign nationals bathanda ukuza la eMzansi. Yeah. For an average South African, Gauteng province, Gauteng, eGoli, Msawawa, Gauteng, Maboneng, ne? Gauteng is perceived by many South Africans to be a very rich area such that everyone would like to go and work and stay there in Gauteng there, because according to them, Gauteng is very rich, it's a place of gold. Yet, Gauteng have got many areas that are still poor, like Alexandra, Soweto, Doornkop, Orange Farm, Bronkhorstspruit, Western area. Yes, you heard me well. Soweto, in Soweto itself, there are many people that are still living in misery and poverty. And then for most South Africans and the Africans in general, the USA, United States of America, is being perceived as the most richest country in the world. Whereas in the USA itself, there are still states whereby the people are still living in poverty. About 12% of people living in poverty in areas like Louisiana State, Mississippi, West Virginia, Kentucky, Oklahoma, New Jersey, and New York City. Now, my concern is the foreign nationals flocking here in South Africa. I don't understand it at all. I don't get it. Why do they like to get to flock la eMzansi kangaka, lama foreign nationals? Bazosthatele business, etc., etc. So now I think the foreign nationals ukuza la eMzansi and do their businesses, tax shops, and so forth and so forth. They did not make an agreement with the fellow South Africans to close their spaza shops so that they can open theirs. Instead, their hard work is the one that enabled them to succeed like the way they are doing. The hard work. For instance, those ones that sells there's some stuff on the streets. They go house to house selling their products or accessories, selling toys or selling the wooden utensils. And some even sleep beside the road just to protect the stock they're selling. Yeah, and then those ones that are having the hair salons, they don't mind working from Monday to Sunday. Some work even in the odd hours, like from 6 to 8 p.m. Even during the holidays, they are still working, those people. Whereas we, the South Africans, even if we owned those businesses, we'll be going to clubbing during the weekend or the holidays, or going to Konka and so forth, because we are so relaxed with the South Africans. I don't know if it's a problem of laziness or is a problem of pride or the problem of ego, because no South African can ever do that, to go house to house selling their product in extreme conditions of the weather, rainy days or very hot days. I don't think South Africans can do that. The South Africans will only be comfortable to get an RDP house there and get the social relief distress grant, the so-called COVID grant, although COVID yaphela kudala. And whereas into nzisubuhlungu South African une RDP house and the yard, but he's still reluctant to just to go and make the spinach garden or the potato garden there, or grow some cabbage there or carrots there, just to feed himself and to feed his family. Instead, we depend on kuleyo grant leyo azoyithola ye-COVID, or some kind of a grant, child support grant or whatsoever. Yeah. The South Africans seem to have ego or pride or laziness. They are so relaxed. These foreign nationals that I'm talking about are the people that coming from Lesotho, Nigeria, Ghana, Zimbabwe, or Mozambique, or the ones that are coming from Nepal or Chinese or Bangladesh. Yeah. So those people come here to seek opportunities. They work very hard and so on. And then I had the privilege to ask a few of them, of the foreign nationals, why do they like to come to South Africa so much to do businesses here? Why can't they make businesses in their own countries there? I got different responses. Some told me that in their countries it's difficult to get accreditation from the government to open business, or even if they did get accreditation, their business would not be supported there. Some told me that the war or the bomb can erupt at any time in their countries, and their countries are very poor, or the economy is very unstable. There's a disaster there. But on the other hand, for a South African to move to Asia or to Europe or to USA to go and make a business or a tuck shop, it cannot survive there, because there's a lot of paperwork there that's needed, the permits, the accreditation, or else they can be the victims of racism. Racism still exists abroad. For instance, I experienced it myself by the time I flew from France to Bahamas and made a stop over there for about 6 hours in France. I got detained there in the airport there for simply because of my skin color there. And then I also had the privilege of visiting one friend of mine, Angel Tundidor, Spain, in Madrid, for the entire 2 weeks, staying there with him and his family for the entire 2 weeks. It was a miracle for them, because it was for the first time for them to experience to be with a black person in their house for the entire 2 weeks. It's like it was like a wow thing for them that they never imagined it will even materialize. And then when I spoke in my own language, a simple thing like Dumelang or Maqheku, it was something that blew their minds off, because a black person in their country is a very scary thing. That means if you could go there in their countries and try to make a business, you would not be supported. You will most probably be sabotaged or be a victim of racism. And then another thing that these foreign nationals like to come to South Africa is because the constitution of South Africa is a very transparent one. Everyone have got rights here in South Africa. Even the prisoners have got rights. They are entitled to having 3 meals a day, whereas people are dying of poverty there. They don't have food or anything, but the prisoners, the offenders, have got such a luxury there to be watching TVs, to be having 3 meals every day there. Even children have got rights in South Africa. So the constitution of South Africa is made to be very transparent. That's why it's very easy for them to come and work here in South Africa, even get some kind of what you call citizenship here in South Africa by marrying our fellow South African sisters here, as we can all attest to it. So South Africa is seen as a safe haven for these foreign nationals to come and work here. It's very difficult for them in their country. That's why they like South Africa so much. And the way I see it, the apartheid regime took the country from the Africans forcefully. But the way I foresee it, in the next 10, 20, 30, 50 years, these foreign nationals are going to take the country via the economy, because now their businesses have evolved from simple hair salons to selling brooms, feather dusters in the street, simple utensils or toys, to tuck shops, supermarkets, bottle stores, mortuaries, rental apartments, taxis and trucks. Yeah, so I foresee a disaster. I foresee that the South African in the next few years will be taken over by these foreign nationals. I don't know if you still remember that in 2021, one Chinese origin person by the name of Xiaowen Howard was elected to be an MP in South Africa. That shows that the constitution of South Africa is a very transparent one, such that they can even be able to gain the citizenship here in South Africa, and they do as they please. And what is even paining my heart, here in South Africa, you'll find that our fellow sisters or brothers that are working for the so-called my friend's shops there, they work very hard there. Some, they even fall in love with them, they make babies with them just to gain citizenship, and they pretend to marry them. After some time, they just leave them, and then those people are left with the permanent citizenship of South Africa. And the sad thing is that these people, the more they flock to South Africa, the more they recruit others from their countries to come and join them here, because South Africa is such a nice place for them. South Africa is perceived as the USA for them, because it's the holy grail. Everyone has got right. The constitution is very transparent. It's a nice place to be at. So disclaimer, I'm not a pastor, I'm not a teacher, I'm not a motivational speaker, I'm not a prophet. I'm just a concerned individual trying to give an advice to someone out there of my opinions. Thank you very much. It's Kiko signing out. Danko.